Welcome in, you beautiful people. We are live here at Pearl Street Grill, ready to rock. I got Slick on my left. I got Dreamboat Don on my right, and we have two massive games ahead of us on this Monday. Shout out to wherever you are, whether you're in your car, at home, or ready on your way to Pearl Street for these big matchups. We have the Sabres underway in just over 80 minutes. We got the Bills just about 8 hours away, boys. How are we feeling on this massive Buffalo game day?
The one first of many with the doubleheader, both teams hopefully throughout going out the season. Bills in Atlanta, obviously taking a short one there, and the Sabres have failed to come up with a W yet. So hopefully the first one here at home against a pretty good team in the Avalanche too, Don.
Yep, boys are due. Couldn't be more excited to see a nice afternoon matinee game and then head right over to see a Bills game. Really going to be something.
Hopefully going to be a double dip. Speaking of double dip, make sure you're taking advantage of all the promotions that Pearl Street has to offer here because, folks, Friday, October 31st, Slick, it's a nightmare on Pearl Street Halloween party. But the Sabres today will be hoping to make it a nightmare in Buffalo for the Colorado Avalanche. I feel like they've had some interesting matchups last couple years against Avalanche. There was one where Tage had a hat trick. They lost. There was one where they were up 3 goals. They lost. So how are we going to get it done against this Colorado team?
It's interesting because those were the teams that Don was telling me during the home opener that he enjoys missing us watching us lose 6-5. And those were the games you're talking about. There was still the excitement, still scoring production, something we failed to do thus far in the season. One single goal between 2 games here got outshot by the Bruins in the first period, 17-1.
That wasn't good. My Saturday night already wasn't going the greatest, Don, and then I look over and the Sabres are getting outshot. Like, it's bad enough to be down 1-0. You're like, you know what? That's not the end of the world. That's not too bad. That's not like anything.
It was 17-15. I wouldn't have been concerned.
When you see 17-1 in shots, holy moly, you are getting shellacked. I mean, you've seen. I mean, Wheatfield Blades. You've seen some of those.
Yeah, I text the group chat. I said, but between Thursday of the home opener and Saturday night, I think I had way more shots just of tequila than they had in the first period.
I was there for at least one of those nights. I can account for
that's not even, bragging about a lot.
I don't even think it's a brag. It's kind of embarrassing.
But listen, here's my spin zone with the Sabres, okay? Normally, hot start, then somewhere in November, December, 10-game losing streak.
I see where you're going.
We're getting them out of the way early. Get the 10-game losing streak out of the way early, and then get hot. Although I think we're going to win today. I think we got them.
And you have everyone saying, you know what? How can you be this upset 2 games into the season or whatever? Like it's only the first 20 minutes of the first Bills game of the season as far as the ratio of time in the season. But it's the team itself. It's the 14 years, the 15 years of suffering, of angst, of just absolute non-capitalization on what's a rabid fan base and an amazing core foundation of a team. I mean, the Sabres are still a winning organization overall, record-wise, in their franchise.
That is very hard to believe.
In 2011, someone was posting the graphic. They were about 250 games above 500 as a franchise. So they had been historically a winning franchise. That is now down to 44. So we've been 200 games under 500 over the last 15 years. Not anything to be excited about, but as we get into the second half of the day, a lot to be excited about. Bills going to Atlanta, Don. Your boy, Michael Penix. It's going to be quite a matchup with Penix and Allen, supposedly on Monday Night Football. Should be.
Yeah, it definitely will. And also, I mean, I just think we'll talk more about this, but I think
You going to tease us a little bit?
Bijan is looking at the lines right now that Vegas is giving him. Might be a nightmare for the Bills.
Dude, I let's face it. If there's who would be the number 1 running back in the NFL as far as breaking tackles, I would say Bijan Robinson for sure. And that has been a massive problem for the Buffalo Bills. There's been broken tackles leading to big plays. So definitely a lot to be worried about there. We will be joined shortly by our man Josh Ketry to talk some of the stuff, Riverworks and ongoings there. But boys, what about the ongoings of this past weekend? We had an NFL Sunday without the Bills. We had a great college football Saturday. I think we got to start with our friends Meow Mix on Sunday taking care of business. We got to start. Yeah, I mean, seriously, Meow Mix did deliver this weekend. Panthers take care of Cowboys. What is Meow Mix saying to themselves right now? 2-0 with 2 big home wins these last 2 weeks since they decided to call it quits.
I think they're saying the reverse voodoo is working. They know what they're doing. I saw some live tweets.
They did. They're back. They're back. They have a pulse.
Whether they say they're back or not,
now, was the family upset? Was the family upset that they weren't sending that time?
You never know where those tweets are coming from and how much time
from inside the house. The tweets are coming from inside the house.
Inside the house. There's a mole in the house. But, the tweet to family time ratio could have been very little for all we know. So shout out to Meow Mix. Do get back to me on Twitter, though. I'm really trying to get in touch with you guys. I'm trying everything I can. We're coming to Charlotte in less than a month.
We will be in Charlotte in less than 2 weeks. Get your timetable straight, buddy. You're coming out. You're coming out of Oktoberfest in a blender. So let's also throw some attention towards that. How did Oktoberfest go for you? That was a big weekend. You were
pretty good. Went down Friday right after the TT episode. Was expecting to beat all the traffic I could while I could. Not as terrible. People are
welcome into Pearl Street. It is a beautiful day to go 2-0. And where would you start it rather than Pearl Street here?
And yes, so beat the traffic of what I thought. Springville, you had to go through Springville. 219 closed on the end. So that's when the buildup started at the light. Really thought the traffic was going to keep going through there. People said it was a little lighter than usual, though. Ellicottville always gets busy. But yeah, maybe on the lighter side, very fun time, though. Great weekend. Ran into the Honey Boys out there doing a DJ set. Held it down at the EBC tents, balloons, Madigans, the whole kit and caboodle. It was a great weekend, Don.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Looking forward to getting out there myself. Yeah. Going back to the Meow Mix guys. I mean, do you think they're sitting right now and thinking it's me? Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
It always goes back to that's the immortal sports question. If you stopped watching, your team would win every game. Would you make that sacrifice?
Well, it seems like they're watching.
It seems like they are watching, but let's face it, they're not basking in the full pull they would have gotten if they had abandoned the wagon.
We're talking. That's a throwback to remember last year's Kansas City playoff game when we stood in the bathroom for a whole series.
Dude, we went into the bathroom.
Scored when we were in the bathroom.
Well, for me, So what happened was Kansas City was driving down the field in the AFC Championship game. Like we're about to go down like 2 scores again.
Well, I remember
and all of a sudden they just had that terrible snap that Mahomes dropped for no reason while we were in the pisser. And I go, dude, I'm not leaving the pisser. Like dead ass. Like that. This is the only time we'd gotten to stop all game.
Yeah.
So I was absolutely locked in. I mean, we need to be locked in, and that's the key for today, right?
Yeah.
The Sabres. I'm looking at today, and I need this from you guys right now. Four quarters, okay? We got the Sabres first 30 minutes. We got the Sabres second 30 minutes. We got the Bills first 30 minutes. We got the Bills second 30 minutes. I need a strong 4 quarters from this group, and we need a strong 4 quarters from everyone out there. Let's get raging. Let's get ready for a big, massive day. And speaking of a big, massive day, let's invite a guy up to the stage here, Mr. the czar of all things Pearl Street Grill. Let's go. Get him in here. Josh Ketry. Sure. How are we doing today, sir? Beautiful day. Beautiful day to go 2-0.
I hope so. Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks, Zach.
Of course.
Trainwreck, guys.
Well, I would say the same to you. Thank you for having us here at Pearl Street. We love taking this train wreck today. Train on the road. Speaking of going forward, obviously, I know we talked about the nightmare on Pearl Street. What else do we got here happening on the corner of all corners in downtown Buffalo?
Well, we've been really working on the music lately, our music scene here. So after all the Sabres games on the weekend, Sabres games coming up throughout the year, we're going to have live music after every game. Tons of awesome local bands a lot of people don't hear about. When you stand outside of our building and you look at it, it looks like music should be coming out of it, like it belongs in Nashville or something.
Absolutely. It's like you're on the bayou out here, especially with that back patio, the amazing plants. I mean, geez, it's just a sight to behold.
Thank you. Yeah, so we've been focused on music lately, and we've done music here for many, many years. We have tons of people play here. And right now, the scene in Buffalo is really blowing up, the music scene. So we're doing a bunch of stuff on Halloween, the nightmare before Halloween. Also, the day before Thanksgiving, we're having what's called Jamsgiving. There's going to be 12 bands here, 3 floors. It's going to be for proceeds for the homeless. So it's going to be a really nice event that goes back to charity. And it's going to be tons of local bands. So if you're interested in checking out local bands, that will be the night to come as well.
Hell yeah. As a local musician myself, I'm going to be checking out some of this stuff going on. So yeah, I haven't played here yet, but hopefully we'll be, boys, soon. And we might have to have a train wreck outing.
I was going to say Jamsgiving. Don, isn't that basically your culture? You're the jam man of Western New York for sure. But Josh, as we obviously keep it rolling, it's so much fun. Like when like Pearl Street is just such a destination, and I know every
landmark destination.
I know every downtown bar, I don't want to get too into it. I don't want to point fingers, but has been affected by the fact that the Sabres haven't been the prominent team that they were in the 90s and the early 2000s. What would that mean to a place like Pearl Street? Let's say, I know we're 0-2, and I know it's tough to see this right now, but what if this team did kind of shape up this year? What if we did go on a run to get back for the playoffs?
What if there was hockey
for the first time in 15
April?
years? Downtown hockey in Buffalo in April for the first time in a decade and a half.
Yeah, this would be huge for us, for everyone. This would affect the whole area. Even in the past, when you see a couple of the stretches where they get close or they play good, the energy level here jumps. People are coming downtown, walking around. And like you said, in April or May, when you have hockey and we can put people on the patios and multiple floors and it's playoff atmosphere. There were times, I remember the Ottawa series, I don't know what that was.
Those were culture. That was
glory days.
That was both 06 and 07.
Yep.
So in 06, you had the Miracle Series where the Sabres won 3 games in overtime to defeat the heavily favored Senators in 5 games. Then, of course, the Senators kind of returned the favor the next year. But I mean, like I said, whether it was people coming in on the trains and everything, I mean, that was people were just flocking to downtown.
Parties back on the train to UB South.
The parties on the train were just insane. And this train right now is at Pearl Street. And can you imagine the parties? Again, we're talking April and May here, Josh. Could you imagine even if we just got to March with meaningful hockey?
It would be nice. Even starting today, even if you start the season with
let's get some positive momentum.
They
going.
need a Chris Farley type speaker to go in that locker room and be like, "Do you want to live in a van by the river? Let's go, Sabres. Wake up."
If Shane Gillis went to the Sabres locker room, he'd be like, you guys are just losers. He'd be like, you guys need to just embrace you guys losers and go make everyone else losers so you won't look as bad. That's what he would say. Yeah. That would literally be the shit they're on.
Yeah, we need Shane in there. We need someone to get in there and to loosen it up. Hey guys, bear down. Let's get some goals and wins. But it's the classic thing every year is pressure builds, squeeze their sticks, and they just kind of collapse like a house of cards. So we need more energy, but in a loose type of way.
Like you said, even if we can just show good momentum in this game to give someone a sign of hope, there will be enough to hang on to. Where maybe we'll get another stretch, like you said, where the energy picks up in the city, regardless of how they're doing up until then. I remember that 10 game we put together in 2018, was it? The 10-game win streak?
Yeah, 2018, we had a 10-game win streak.
The city was buzzing, and we went on to still miss the playoffs.
I cannot stress enough. It's a long season, and that's why I say this. Last year, we lost the first 2 games. We were in a playoff spot on Thanksgiving, so there's no reason to overreact.
And the division,
by the way, thank you for coming in. Pearl Street, we're rocking. Yep.
We hooked them.
Let's go. Yeah, listen, people are loving coming into this spot. Josh, I know that's why I wanted to talk to you, too, the music and everything. There's obviously amazing food. It's an amazing location, but I feel like you're always striving to bring that extra aspect of entertainment, whether it's bringing the Joe Marino live show to Rally on the River or things like that. What are maybe some aspects of that we're looking forward to the remainder of the year or maybe even the year ahead?
So we are planning a New Year's Eve party here yet that's not released. And you guys just missed over the weekend.
Breaking news here on Trainwreck. Hey, this is massive. This is why you come to a Pearl Street.
Clip that, intern.
Jamsgiving was breaking news too. We didn't release that yet. So the day before.
Oh my God! Breaking news after breaking news. You just don't get it anywhere else.
This is amazing.
You just missed a really unique event at Riverworks. We did the rodeo final.
Yeah, that's right. We had people boots on ground.
You did.
Beat the beast, right?
Beat the beast.
Yeah. How'd that go? Yeah. Tell us about that.
It was insane to see people riding actual bulls with the city in the background. People getting thrown off. I was blown away.
Dude, all I could think of leading up to this was this event, being very familiar with the layout of Riverworks, is how the hell is this going to look? A bull riding arena inside Riverworks. And that's just what Riverworks bring to Buffalo. Stuff that not any events can really put together.
That's why they're a perfect tandem to me at Pearl Street. And again, I know this sounds like a plug, but I'm talking about the entertainment venue and having fun in downtown Buffalo, which I know is what all this crew is about. You have the amazing venue here, Bayou-esque, tons of private party areas, but then you have a Riverworks, which essentially can just terraform to anything it wants at any time. If it wants to host an outdoor hockey event, it's going to host an outdoor hockey event. If it wants to host a bull riding competition, it's going to host a bull riding competition. I don't want to say that Riverworks is a bunch of mean girls, but when it comes to what they can do, the limit does not exist. Okay, folks?
You want edge, you got them.
You want edge, you got them. But Josh, let's talk today. Let's zero it in. I know we've talked the rest of the year. We've talked all this stuff. What do you got for it? Give us your unbiased prediction for today's 2 games. What happens?
I don't
Sabres,
like
Avalanche. We're not locking it.
We don't need a score out of it.
Sabres have the talent. They have the talent to win. They need to find the chemistry to win, and that's. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know where it's coming from, but people leave our team and then they win championships. But we still have people on our team that have that same quality. I'm a coach outside of here, and you can see the talent is there. It just needs a click. And I was really optimistic. I'm internally an optimistic person, but that team has what it takes.
Yes.
You don't look at it and say, oh, this is a bad team top to bottom. You look at it and say, this needs to figure it out. They got to figure it out. So the Bills, I think, if you're betting, you can't bet against the Bills. They're going to bounce back. Like, I
think they're like, a 750 winning percentage after a loss in the McDermott era. So there's very much an odds on a bounce back, but it's not going to be easy. That secondary is depleted. We're hearing rumors of Jordan Poyer, and listen, as much as I love it, I'm a Jordan Poyer. Yeah. I'm a Jordan Poyer guy. I love all pro Poe. Okay, but at the same time, we know that this game moves at the speed of light. And there's just no doubting that Mr. Poe has lost them. I hope that we can scheme, and I hope that we can have him in the right spot to make a play, because if he's in the right spot to make a play, that's what all pro Poe does. But what do you got for the night game? What do you got for the night game? Maybe any prop bets? Anyone you would bet to score a tutty?
If I had a pick, I would probably bet Cook.
Welcome in, crew. Welcome in. That's how we do it here at Pearl Street.
I'd pick James Cook on a pass. Would be my thing.
We're
gonna throw. That was something we left on the table last game. Was the short throwing to the backs into the tight ends. We lit up, Kincaid, but we left the backs out of the game too much. The throwing game, and I think they're going to correct that this game.
When you have a Josh Allen, sometimes things get overlooked, but people are talking tonight. This could be the best running back matchup in the league all year long. Bijan against James Cook. Two guys, I think, in scrimmage yards who are both top 3 or 4.
That is interesting. I feel like Josh makes a good point. When you get caught up with Allen, I feel like they tried too hard last game to get all 3 backs involved. I saw a lot of Ty Johnson and Ray Davis getting their touches, and Cook obviously didn't have his best game. So, you got to plug the run to match their run, and I think we can be better at it than them. Just defense got to step up today. Got to wrap up in the open field. Wrap up like a Trojan.
Wrap it up. That's what we need to do on Monday Night Football for sure. Any final notes, Josh, before we send you on your way back to this amazing establishment? Huge day on deck for Pearl Street, obviously, with the doubleheader.
I just love your guys' energy. You keep it going, and you guys need to get in the locker room and talk to these guys.
We're gonna get us and Shane Gillis are just gonna break our way in there.
We've been talking to Lindy. We'll be there soon, hopefully.
But folks, one last time,
we appreciate it though.
One area you do not need to break your way into here is at Pearl Street. Amazing party venue ability, an amazing spot to spend the start of any night downtown, or let's face it, the end of it as well.
Even at 11 in the morning.
Knows about that.
Even at 11, people were lined up outside
before the sun rises on a Monday. Thank you very much, Josh Ketchery, joining us with some conviction there. He was speaking. I like that's what I like, a little guest with some conviction. And speaking of conviction, prediction with conviction.
Yep.
All right, so we went 2-0. Don, listen, we're not basking. We are rooting for you. We are your boys. Tage Chicken Parm today. But by the way, we always love when the predictions with conviction move the 500 record up, which we did. We did.
Yeah.
So that's nice. But yes. By the way, my Colorado State slaughtered. I don't want to brag too much, but
did they win outright? I'm sorry.
They won outright by 20 and never
trailed.
Oh,
that's right. They won by 20. Yes. Okay. And Indiana went into Oregon. Big win there on the road as well.
Indiana, I'll be honest.
They're legit, right?
This was a perception-changing weekend in college football.
They are
legit. Right, John?
Yeah. I mean, Indiana,
they're the real deal.
Definitely legit. And you had a couple other dark horse teams, kind of get some big wins. It was a big underdog weekend. Who else am I thinking that shot? Penn State.
I was at the kiosk on Saturday, and I looked over next to me on College Football Saturday, and this one guy had 14 items. 14 items for a plus 510.
Oh,
he had so much chalk money. There's no way it hit. There's no way it hit. That money's gone for sure.
I can't believe I'm allowed to say this.
I saw. Yeah.
Was it Dan Freddy?
No. Stop.
Hold on.
Stop.
The people
By the way, Dan
know.
Freddy needs his Josh Palmer tonight. He needs his Josh Palmer.
Yeah, so does our Meerkat.
Thank you, Meerkat, for bringing this in.
Yeah, I shouldn't have even shouted him out.
So here's the deal. Slick owes a punishment. We are setting up a entertainment production around Slick's punishment. So he has not been left off the hook. He still
we haven't forgotten.
Slick still has an IOU of 1, much like we're going to owe all these Avalanche fans a beatdown that are around downtown Buffalo right now.
And listen, my punishment, I'm kind of looking forward to this, okay? You know.
I hate you, dude.
Oh my god, bro!
All right, listen. If
Are you serious with the V cut?
Yeah, the V cut the chains.
Is
Oh
that
my God.
Tage's neck?
No,
Come
no,
on,
that's
man.
definitely
No,
that's
that's a picture of me.
No, that's
that's
Don.
a picture
That's
of me.
Don.
That's a
That's definitely
picture of
Don.
me.
That's crazy, dude. You really got.
So
why don't you
listen,
wear those?
if that's
You gotta
the
stop. You
spark,
gotta stop wearing turtlenecks when you're out in Palm Beach.
yeah, I know. I got to show off this Adam's apple. But listen, if this is the spark they need and Tage needs, I'm thinking halfway through this Parm, he gets a goal, and then
Okay.
I'm hyped up. We get through. If the Parm turns this around, I might have to keep chowing on one every game. Well, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But I'm looking forward to it. All I got to say is it's a bad day to be a chicken Parm because I woke up starving.
I mean, if you're just housing a Parm and the Sabres take the first period 3-1, I may order another one. I'm not
Yeah,
even. I'm being
I was,
dead ass,
I was
dude.
just about to say,
Bro,
if Tage scores and they win, should we just all get him next game?
And then I think it becomes like, let's face it, anything needs good branding. It's like if we're housing the Parm, the Sabres can do no harm. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like
Also,
it's like a protector against the Sabres.
wild card here.
Yes.
Over under 7.5 minutes for Megabyte Ronnie to finish that Parm.
Ooh, that would be a good one. We got to get him to a game.
We
should
should
get him
right?
housing. Yeah,
Yeah,
get him to a
yeah,
game.
Get him
Get him
to a
housing.
game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ronnie,
Okay.
if you're listening,
Ronnie, we're gonna get you to a game. We're gonna get you much more. I see you how gaming online as well.
Oh, look,
so shout out,
I
shout
got
out
a
the
fan.
game streams.
Hell yeah, Don.
No Parm is
Oh.
safe within 20 miles. Done it.
Fellow
Now-
Don.
Fellow Don.
A double Don for sure.
Triple
but,
Don. The way
So
his name
anyway,
was.
that's a bad beat. So let's go in there. So obviously, again, the Avalanche are not an ideal team for this spot. They are a very good
terrible.
squad.
I mean-
they're outstanding. But let's face it, you're 0-2. It's like you got to get animalistic here. Nothing is more dangerous than a wounded animal, and that's exactly what the Sabres are right now. They need to come out with a strong start against Colorado. I think that we need a group ride on the Sabres money line first period.
Yeah,
Plus 120. I've
Plus-
floated this to you
I
guys.
love it.
Sabres only plus 150 today should be like ringing alarm bells. They were only
That's
plus,
what I'm saying.
They were a pick 'em in Boston, but
Pick 'em in
Vegas
Boston.
is very Stubbs McGee. Stubborn on the Sabres squad.
Yeah,
Don.
and I will say, okay, Avalanche, very good. The vibes aren't exactly super high right now, though. They lost last game in a shootout, and after the game, McKinnon kind of made this comment. A reporter was like, "Oh, did you hear the boos during your power play?" And he was pretty much like, "Yeah, anyone doing that doesn't know hockey. We were getting chances." He pretty much threw shade at the whole arena of fans.
The only time a hockey player is really allowed to throw shade at the whole fans is on the power play. Because like fans are yelling like shoot, like, and let's face it, the Colorado Avalanche power play, if you've watched it for the last decade with Nathan McKinnon, has been one of the most dynamic like units in all of sports. They feed him over.
They could
like
run
him, Landeskog, like it's insane,
bro. They could run 3 defensemen on the power.
So I think they're very spoiled. I think it's like us with the Buffalo Bills offense. When the Buffalo Bills offense doesn't score 30, we're like kind of booing. Like it's like that with the Colorado Avalanche power play when they're not absolutely dominating.
The speed is unmatched.
Yeah,
The
they don't know
talent
hockey.
is pretty much
They don't know
unmatched.
hockey.
Yeah.
Is,
But
is
they
the-
don't know hockey is a wild thing to say. That almost reminds me of Eichel coming back here and saying, "I haven't heard that place this loud and since I've
Yeah, that was so sketchy. That was so sketchy. Yeah, Eichel. With that said, Bills game. Any thoughts, boys? We obviously have a long day ahead. Like I said, we have 8. Actually, now we're 7.5 hours or 7 hours and 45
Do you
minutes.
think you're
from
gonna make
kickoff.
it?
I'm definitely gonna make it, and I'm making a pledge right now. The way I'm gonna make it is I'm gonna stay hydrated all day by consuming a Labatt in an hour.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'm gonna hold you to
Yeah,
that.
I
Thank
am
you.
too, and I honestly don't know if that'll hold out,
Just
folks.
know that the ones at the arena aren't that size, and that still counts as one.
And he also he also
All right, Gimli from Lord of the Rings.
he also didn't say if he would take an intermission, and I think there might be one of those down.
No, I'm pointing at producer Alec right now, and he knows there's gonna be no nap today. This is a no nap day. Are you
No.
thinking that I'm gonna fall asleep at the equivalent of 8 a.m. on a Bills game day?
Well, we're gonna
Have you
hold
ever
you
seen
accountable.
me? Have you ever seen me on a Bills
It
game
is
day?
really.
Or am I not
yes,
running rabid? Am I not running rabid?
Yeah,
am I not putting you through a
Yeah,
ringer?
you're usually yelling at me,
Yeah.
and yeah. So
Giving you the Vin Diesel treatment.
literally, thank gosh Don lives down the street now, because like if we
The
suspect
party's
something,
gonna keep
if
going
we
no matter
suspect
what.
something, we're gonna walk down and hold you accountable.
Oh no, absolutely. Like, and this is the thing. We should have a Labatt challenge today.
We should have a Labatt cam on you.
Labatt trophy. Who could take down more today?
Oh, that's
All right.
easy.
Well, I gotta take down a whole parm first. So
Yeah,
I don't
that-
know. If
that
this is
might be
fair.
Listen,
Don might be out.
Put me on a spread. Give me a spread versus you guys. then.
Minus
the prediction-
or plus 5.5.
Actually, you know where I'm gonna make up my ground.
you're saying you were going to get it by the first period. The prediction with conviction gods give their toughest battles to their strongest
Yeah.
soldiers.
Listen,
And that's what they got today.
here's where I make up my ground. Right,
Uh-oh.
10:30 o'clock when he's dying cutting off. That's late in the evening.
No,
the
no.
nightcap. That's
No.
where I shine.
Don thinks
He
he's
knows
some.
that.
Don thinks he's some like no huddle college offense, and he's gonna run like 90 plays a game, and he's gonna be getting like 9 yards of carry at the end. No chance.
Why-
He's no Rico Dowdle.
Why,
He's no Rico
why
Dowdle.
have a sub when you could have a dreamboat?
That's
Exactly.
serious. If we get there, no. What happens if we
First
get there and
thing
they
we-
sold out?
Well, we got a first thing before the first period even starts.
Yeah, we gotta get
Beeline
there.
for
We gotta
section
get there
116.
ASAP.
I already did my research. Section 116 is where
Dude,
they're
Don, we
selling.
were right there last go.
All right, I know we are literally all over the place in the show, but just zooming and backing on our rundown here. Any what are your biggest concerns for Atlanta when they have the ball, Atlanta's side of the ball tonight?
Well,
Monday Night
I
Football?
thought it was interesting. Again, Bills were, I think, open -5, -5.5. Last night I checked, it was down to 3.5. Today
What?
we're back up to 4.
Okay.
So something going on there. I do think with our defense, and everyone in the city sound like a broken record right now. But all I got to say is, love Jordan Poe, love you Poe. Not too excited to
so
see
many
you being
fast
activated.
receivers and Penix, like it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean between Drake London and
Or
Bijan.
Bijan coming into the secondary, like that doesn't sound great.
No,
Yeah, and then also their tight end.
Pitts, no slouch. Even
Yeah.
though he's basically the biggest underachiever in fantasy football history.
Yes, and I
he
have
is.
him on my team.
He is, but he's had some hot games. So what I do have to say, let me bring up this line. Yeah. So
In the meantime, what do you guys think about going right from the ice to the standing Buffaloes on the road?
I don't love it.
I don't like it either.
A lot of pressure on the standing Buffaloes now to make up for what
Especially for a uni combo that has so much respect behind it.
I love that combo. So I'm hoping it brings us magic, but like the
ice jersey didn't have the magic of ice whiskey. I'll say that for sure.
No, we got to bury that. I think these lines are interesting though. We got
Elijah
Bijan over under 72.5 and James Cook 70.5. They think this is rushing yards. They think this is going to be a grinded out, like
It's gonna be power
drought
football.
style
Dude,
game.
we might have to go right over to the and take their money right after the game, the Sabres game, after the Sabres take the Avalanche money.
Here's my long shot.
Long shot.
It's a long shot. but I
Not
love
you,
it.
not you.
I love this. It's it has. I'm kind of surprised the value it has. So check this out. Bijan 2 touchdowns. Josh Allen 2 touchdowns. What do we think that is?
I'll go like plus 2,300. No, that it got to be a lot less.
Wait, what?
Plus 1,700.
Bijan and Josh 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns each.
So Josh would need rushing touchdowns. Probably 180 to 1.
30 to 1.
Oh wow,
That's low.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
That's crazy
I was
low.
closer on the
Yeah,
20.
that might be worth a $10 sprinkle from your boy.
That's
So
low.
I think that is what I'm locking
Han
in.
Solo.
Yeah.
All right, let's get these two on the matchup here. What do we got? Josh Allen versus your guy Michael. Michael
Here we
Penix
go.
Jr.?
Tail of the tape. Let's
Or
go.
Penix. Here we go. A little tail of the tape brought to you by our Riverworks Pearl Street family of companies.
All right.
First letter of college.
It's
W.
already evening out.
Yeah, it is already evening out. Okay, we'll take
And
that.
you know
these
we
two are very closely matched up. I'll see that.
W's for both.
You know we love dubs in this chat.
Yeah, these two dudes can eat a W, no doubt. Okay, what do we got else here? College championship appearances, 0.
Uh-oh.
1.
Oh.
Okay. I think that Don may have been the one who put that in there because
Yeah.
he does love to remind people that he had Washington. at
There's
41.
only there's
Yeah.
only
35 to 1.
Yeah.
There's only one reason to brag about.
I was
this
going to
stat.
say, I should have been alerted when I saw that it was on there, but
Yeah.
at the ultimate end of the day, yes, college championship appearance. Josh Allen's Wyoming, not enough to get it done. All right, what do we got?
This next one might be disparaging too.
Sat most of rookie year.
Well, actually, check.
Not most. A couple games Josh missed with injury, and then he didn't start the opener. But yes, check for most, check for both, check for both.
Okay.
Satmos rookie year. Okay, so they're more similar than we think,
All
I
right,
guess. I
this
think that's what
next-
we're pointing out here. QB style. This is interesting.
This next one I think is going to be very
Commits crimes with legs.
Indeed he does.
Boring pocket passer.
And a
okay.
lefty nonetheless.
Okay. All right. That is fair. I mean, you would think, typically, again, you have a lefty passer in Atlanta. You're typically thinking about Michael Vick. You think about him running all over, everyone. But Josh Allen, the white country boy, running through
that's
Do you
a
think
guy.
we're going to see running Allen tonight?
I think we are. I mean, with the prop for him to get 2 and his, I think his line is at like 34, which is about standard. But yeah, what I see is with the trouble with the defense is we're going to see Josh have to put on the cape.
It's appropriate you brought up Vic because he's the guy that commits crimes without his legs and with his legs.
Yeah. Well, Vic, that's why they called him a dual threat.
Yeah.
That's definitely why they
All
called
right.
him that.
Name sounds like, okay, what do we got? Alien. He is a Josh Alien. All right. Oh, yes. All right. That was low hanging fruit.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
On the end there.
Yeah. Oh god.
Well,
Hopefully we make
It
him look
ri-
like.
it
Hopefully make him look like a penis.
it rhymes with Jesus.
All right. All right. That's our tail of the tape.
Let's wrap that up.
No, all good. All good. Listen, I mean, you can't go anywhere with a penis at 11:42 a.m. But speaking of getting hot, who's hot and who's not? Brought to you by our friends at Solido Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Who's hot and who's not? All right. Well, we got. I got to give credit to this guy because he pulled someone out of the Trainwreck tracker himself, Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm mad about at Jackson Dart is they didn't force his way into the game versus the Kansas City Chiefs. But yeah, I mean, he's got the swagger turned around for the New York Giants, so I'll give him credit on that one. Even though they did lose to the Saints a week ago, don't forget that.
Can't forget.
With that said, not is James Franklin. Even though there's no better unemployment line than being a freshly unemployed D1 college football coach, where you're still making like a ton a year on a buyout.
Yeah. I don't feel sorry for him at all. I thought he should have been fired years ago, and I mean now he's he gets to make bank, and he'll be back. We all know about all these leagues. They cycle around guys. If not as a head coach or coordinator, he'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't know about that much, but I know who's hot, and that is the Carolina Panthers and my Meow Mix boys. They just keep it going after we said we were going to bet them back into existence. We love local media, no matter what city it is, so we support you guys. We know how it feels, and hey, I'm just glad you're back to your winning ways, and hopefully soon back to your podcast ways as well. Who's not? I hate to do this at this pregame show. Put the graphic
You
up, Don.
hate to do it.
Our Buffalo Sabres.
/ the Zuck. You specified the
I
Zuck.
specified Zuck because Zuck was just announced this morning that he is going to miss at least 8 weeks. Guys, we haven't even reacted to it yet, so just during
Zuck, that's Norris.
just during the set. Oh yeah, Josh Norris. Whoops.
Who's not? It just got slicked.
But
Demographic for
no,
Zuck?
it's Sabres in general. So
Yeah, they'll say.
hey, what's up?
How are we doing?
You
All
are-
right, yeah, we got live crowd here. This is
Hey.
amazing. But listen, that was
said
not
the
a
wrong
live pick.
name.
Well, yeah, it's all right. Well,
Either way, he's out 8 weeks.
Who hasn't Norrised when they met, or Zuckered when they meant to Norris? Is what I would say.
I mean, yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
yeah, very fair. All right.
But yeah, reactions to that, like, obviously not great.
Yeah, not ideal. He was supposed to be a top 2-line guy. So you're the thing that really causes an issue is you had training camp and you had all these practices where you were using these lines with these guys who were supposed to be healthy. Now everything has to get shuffled
jumbled
because
big time.
so it's jumbled. There's no continuity.
Happy
That's why
Josh
you're not
Doan
seeing
on the first line day.
happy Josh Doan on the first line day, guys. But that's
I remember
also
that name.
But that's also why you're looking for your tape to tape passes. That's why
Oh
they don't
my
exist.
God.
That's
Yeah,
why
well,
they don't
yeah,
exist because these guys have no continuity with each other.
That's
They haven't practiced
that's
together.
one thing I gotta say. If you're at the NHL level and you switch up lines, that's one thing that needs to stick around. I don't need continuity for tape-to-tape passes in the goddamn NHL. Apparently, unless you're the Buffalo Sabres. So hopefully you're gonna turn that around today. Don, tell me who's not, and tell me who's hot.
All right, let's start with who's hot. I don't know if anyone saw this guy yesterday. Baker Mayfield. Everyone knows I've been a hater since day one of this guy, but I'm going to give credit where it's due. I mean, if you saw that third down run for a first down, just incredible. escaping two guys in a sack.
Breaks four tackles.
Breaks like 3 tackles, diving hand first, then in Baker style, gets up, gives it to him in his face. And beyond that, Slick, do you remember what I said on Don and Slick's picks? I said, I hate this pick. I hate Baker Mayfield, but I'm going with them to bring me out of the doghouse. They got me my first win.
I literally helped you.
Of the luscious lock
I
thing.
helped you to that
Yeah,
one.
you faded me. But so now let's go over to who's not. And this is kind of a twofer with the Trainwreck tracker. Mike McDaniel pressers.
Oh my God! What is
specifically
that photo?
his dainty feet? I don't know what grown man is given a press conference and has this kind of posture.
So let's just be clear here.
Aaron Glenn and Mike McDaniel, I think they were saying don't have a win except when they played each other, and they were both rocking capris.
Let's
yesterday.
be clear.
The
These
pants rolled up and the
joggers.
feet and the feet on top of each other. Like this is the equivalent of him just standing up there going like this, right?
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
Sure. Yeah.
Like it is a weird look.
The
They
thing about
stink.
McDaniel, and it's the quintessential.
They're rolled up
They're
joggers.
rolled up joggers with no socks. And white Air Forces took as if he thought that would save it.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Disgusting.
This just always reminds you of the fact that winning changes everything. Because when they were winning and he was doing this awkward shit, like it was, this is new age. Like this is how like a forward thinking like coach would like act, et cetera, et
well,
cetera.
that's what the fans in the talking heads. I thought he was a dork from day one.
Yeah,
I saw through the charade.
Every Bills fan loved that. It was easy to think he's dark. But again, when they were 3-0 and they had just scored 70 on the Broncos, and they're like, "What do you think about the insider report?" And he's like, "Not as much as I think about the outsider report." Like,
I was like,
this
guy
it just sounds better when you're 3-0. When you're 0-5, 1-5, it's
not great.
It's sour milk. That's for sure.
Do we need a not only a Trainwreck tracker, maybe a tracker on how many games he has a job for?
How many left? Do you mean we do an over under? How many games?
Yeah,
he has left?
I think there's got to be a book with.
I don't know. It's pretty bad between that and Tua's comments where he's like, players are skipping out on player only meetings. They're showing up late. I mean, he's throwing his team under the bus. You got to give Tua credit. He let him down to get a game leading touchdown with only 20 seconds left.
Yeah,
30
Tua
seconds left?
did his job for sure. But then Dolphins defense couldn't hold up their end of the bog, and
Tua stinks.
But that's been Who's Hot and Who's Not, sponsored by Salino. Real quick, let's give a shout out to their football giveaway. Maniac, you want to take it away on this?
Yeah, I mean, why not enter to win? You could be the one walking away with 4 tickets to Buffalo versus Pittsburgh on November 30th, hotel room, swag, and more. So all you have to do to qualify, folks, is book your free assessment today for any, AC unit 6+ years old. Any AC unit 6 or more years old, call in at 716-229-0818. All we're looking for is an assessment. Give Salino the chance to make your home just that much more perfect. And of course, the finish to your season that much more perfect if you win the Buffalo football giveaway, brought to you by Salino Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
None of my teachers ever offered me that kind of deal for taking an assessment.
716-229-0818. I'm getting good with the number too.
It's the crash out line, folks. And Sabres, I mean, we've seen some online crash outs. If I was watching the last game, the first period, but I was playing a gig, shout out Molly McGuire's. I was playing a gig over there. I would have called into this line because one shot to 16 all period, crazy, but call that number, let us help you. Don't crash out online, crash out on our line. And don't crash out on your family. Don't throw things. Don't yell. Don't start fights.
Don't rip
Yell at us.
Don't rip the Thanksgiving dinner off the table.
Yeah, yell at us. Call our line. Text our line. You can yell as much as you want in privacy, and no one is going to judge you except for maybe when we post it on the internet and laugh at it. So
you can remain anonymous, though,
and you will.
Well, I think
indeed
there's going to be a lot posted on the internet today. Hopefully, as Buffalo sports fans, we're laughing with glee and not with sadness about how it goes today. Looking for a 2-0 day. Any final shout-outs or sign-offs here on Trainwreck today as we get ready for our doubleheader? Keep an eye for our first period challenge. Keep an eye for Don's Parm challenge throughout the game. But anything else?
Yeah. Tage, I'm eating your parm. Get some goals, all right? Maybe a Hattie. Maybe today's the day. Maybe you eat get a goal for how many pieces of the parm. It's cut into 4 pieces. Let's get 4, even if it's just you. Let's get some goals, please. I'm eating the parm. I'm eating it.
I got a shout out. Real quick, we didn't touch on it. TNA Bound for Glory last night.
Yes.
A match for the ages we never thought we'd see again between the Hardy Boys and Team 3D. Hardy's coming up victorious. Just a shout out to both those teams still doing what they do best 25 years later, Maniac.
Yeah, listen, there's an entertainment factor you can't replace, like winning. And that's what hopefully the Sabres get back to today. And the Bills take care of in spades to bounce back from last week against New England. Thank you very much for tuning in here on the Herd of Buffalo Network. Make sure you're following all things at Herd of Buffalo, HEARDOFBUFFALO, Trainwreck Sports, because for one reason and one reason only, this train doesn't stop. There's only one thing to do, and that's go 2-0 today. And that would make certain that it is a good day now.